Welcome back to New Rockstars, I'm Erik Voss, and our Infinity Saga rewatch just turned up one of the biggest clues yet for a forgotten loose end in the background of the MCU films. A detail exposed in Avengers Endgame that, when cross-referenced with Easter eggs in Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok, might reveal the whole plot of Thor 4, Thor Love and Thunder, or even Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, movies that are still happening, just further away than we thought. Folks, we have been looking at shocking evidence of a Thanos genocide. Well, another one, because there's been a lot. This whole time, a slaughter of an entire race of beings, or like half of them, that will come back to haunt many of these characters. Okay, so we got some clues in recent weeks about Thor 4 and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Valkyrie actress Tessa Thompson confirmed that Christian Bale will be playing the villain of Thor Love and Thunder, which, based on the alien descriptions of the character and the fact that an actor like Christian Bale is definitely gonna have his iconic beautiful face in there, we have assumed will be Gore the Godbutcher. Other recent videos we've made have explained how Gore's sword is all black, the Necro Sword, a sword that was used to sever the head of Nowhere by the Clintar symbiote deity of Null. So to condense all that nerd shit for you, the weapon Thor's villain uses in the next movie may be the thing that created one of the most important locations of the Guardians movies and the MCU at large. Also in recent weeks, Vin Diesel confirmed that there would be a crossover of Guardians of the Galaxy characters in Thor Love and Thunder, and we speculated that at the very least, that crossover will be CGI voiceover characters like Groot, obviously, and Rocket. Assuming this to be true, what could this Rocket and Groot subplot in Thor 4 be? In a story already dense with the drama of Gore the Godbutcher, we think, depowering the God of Thunder so that Jane Foster has to take up the helm, how could Rocket and Groot possibly tie into that? Well, recent re-examinations of Endgame just turned up a big clue. During the time heist, the 2014 timeline, Nebula and Gamora were in the midst of a battle on an alien world, and the official screenplay for Avengers Endgame was released a few months back, confirming that this planet was the Korbinite home world, and that these combatants were the Korbinite soldiers and Korbinite riflemen. Korbinites are the race of Beta Ray Bill, the fan favorite character who temporarily takes on the title of Thor and Mjolnir in the comics. This Easter egg ties in with two other major Easter eggs in past MCU films. First, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, when Peter Quill danced his way over to the Morag Temple to recover the Power Stone orb, he passed and slapped a Korbinite skeleton. This dead Korbinite was desecrated concurrently with the war on the Korbinite homeworld by Thanos' forces. So how long was that dead Korbinite sitting on Morag for? Well, on Earth, a human corpse, when exposed to the elements and picked apart by scavengers, can be turned into a skeleton in a few days. A fact I know not from personal experience. No, but we have to assume similar atmospheric conditions on Morag to those of Earth. People appear to be breathing oxygen there, maybe some heightened humidity levels since Morag used to be covered by oceans and puddles are still around everywhere. And there are definitely some scavengers hopping around, the Orloni rat creatures. And of course, this idiot scavenger who plugs into his mommy's playlist in a hostile environment. So this Korbinite could have fled Korbin during Thanos' invasion, wounded, hoping to make it to the Power Stone in order to save his people, but he died too soon. The news of his fleeing could have been what informed Thanos where the Power Stone was. Hold on to that as we move on to the second Easter egg, which appeared in Thor Ragnarok. Of the champions enshrined on the Grandmaster's Palace of Sakaar was clearly a Korbinite head. Many have assumed the head of Beta Ray Bill. So combine all three of these Korbinite sightings, and we have evidence of an overlooked history in the MCU of a Korbinite genocide and diaspora. In 2014, Thanos and his forces targeted Korbin on his campaign to go planet by planet to wipe out half of their populations. The Battle of Korbin was a huge game changer for Thanos, because one of those Korbinites fled to the nearby abandoned planet of Morag to seek the Korbinites' ultimate failsafe weapon, the Power Stone. But they failed, and Thanos now knew the location of one of his long sought after Infinity Stones, sending him on his stone quest, resulting in that whole hot potato action we got in the first Guardians movie. But what became of these defeated Korbinites? The Infinity War and Endgame directors, the Russo brothers, have described Thanos as a Genghis Khan style conqueror, and other great continental empire builders like the Romans, their defeated civilizations were often enslaved, spread out across their known universe, and in some cases transformed into gladiator warriors, exactly the kind of lives the gladiators of Sakaar have. In Ragnarok, Korg told Thor that he was enslaved after a failed rebellion.
But didn't print enough pamphlets, so hardly anyone turned up.
Hulk ended up on Sakaar after fleeing Earth, a world that was hostile to him. Similarly, the Korbinite, who was the past champion, Beta Ray Bill, could have been a survivor of Thanos' invasion on Korbin in 2014, and now, 3 years later, has become a warrior alongside Hulk and Korg. But does Hulk being the reigning champion when Thor arrived means that Bill has been defeated and dead? Well, not necessarily. He could have just retired, hung up the jersey as a victor, and is now living in retirement on the planet. And remember, Ragnarok's post-credit scene implied the people of Sakaar were rising up in an insurrection, removing the Grandmaster from power.
This revolution has been a huge success. Yay us, because I've been a big part of it. Can't have a revolution without somebody to overthrow. So, you're welcome.
Perhaps the new ruler in the present day on Sakaar could be the strongest badass left on that planet after Hulk left, Beta Ray Bill. And that could be the context of this mystery crossover with Rocket and Groot in Thor 4. Perhaps when Thor loses in a match to Gorr the Godbutcher, no longer capable of wielding Mjolnir, Rocket and Groot head out in search of a past warrior who could be worthy, taking them to Sakaar to find Beta Ray Bill, sole survivor of the once great Korbinite Power Stone Keepers, now Vince McMahon of Marvel's Trash Pit. In exchange for his help, Groot has to fight in the arena, which might be what Vin Diesel meant by saying his next Groot form would be Alpha Groot. Guys, Vin Diesel's cutting a promo! My question to you is, assuming all of this is true, who do you want to voice Beta Ray Bill in the MCU? He's probably gonna be a mocap character like Korg, right? Well, given a past association with fellow New Zealander Taika Waititi, Sam Neill would be my choice, only because I just really want to hear that rich, spent Auckland voice purr out from under a Norse snout as he gazes out upon a whole planet of Groots. Hey, do me, nerds. Comment down below with your thoughts on all this, and join our watch-alongs of the Infinity Saga films on Discord by becoming a patron at patreon.com/newrockstars. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss, follow New Rockstars, and subscribe for breakdowns of everything you love. Thanks for watching, bye.